Please welcome Zealya.
Yeah, you're a woman hater, instigator, intimidator, troublemaker, see you later. I should be saying manipulator, trying to save her, self-medicator. What's a girl doing? Torn between two and stuck in a Venus flytrap. Feeling as if I've waited a little too long. Something that has passed me by and now is all gone. Just know that if you were back in my life, your eyes will still cut me like a knife, but you're gone. Yeah, you're long gone. But you're a woman hater, instigator, intimidator, troublemaker, see you later. I should be saying manipulator, trying to save her, self-medicated. Though you're so bad at you, gonna bitch you now. Stuck in a Venus flytrap. Like a praying mantis, you prayed on me. You promised me my wings, but I was just an easy target for you one time, and then tell to get right out of your sight and to leave. But I loved you insanely, so I go back to that woman hater, instigator, intimidator, troublemaker. See you later. I should be saying manipulator, trying to save her, self-medicated. Though I know it's wrong and I'm not, but by you I'm still stuck in a Venus flytrap.
Hey folks, this is Sam Roberts.
Hey, this is Kim Mitchell.
This is Hannah Georges.
This is Matt May.
This is Derry Graham from Honeymoon Suite, and you are listening to...
You're listening to
The
Hulk Caesar Show.
Welcome to the Hulk Caesar Show. I am your host, Hulk Caesar, alongside my illustrious co-host, Newfoundland songbird, Emily Molloy. Emily, it's nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Now, before we get to our first guest, it is time for another edition of Emily and Hulk's SPCA Creature Feature. Are you ready, Emily?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
Oh my gosh. Meet Missy. At 7 years old, Missy is ready to find the loving forever home she deserves. The sweet girl weighs 5.8 kilograms, 12.8 pounds, and is a total love bug who wants nothing more than to be showered with attention and affection.
Now, Missy would thrive in a quieter home with older children, as loud noises can make her feel nervous. I get you, Missy, on that one. Once she feels safe and comfortable, her affectionate personality truly shines. She may be able to share her home with another cat, provided proper slow introductions are made to help everyone adjust at their own pace.
Missy is also looking for a family who can help her on her wellness journey. She could stand to lose a little weight, and with the right balance of diet, play, and love, she'll be feeling her best in no time.
Now, if you think Missy might be your perfect addition to your family, please contact the SPCA in St. John's to start your application today.
So sweet.
Oh, so sweet. Well, this week we're joined by an award-winning music producer, studio engineer, and a true pillar of the St. John's music scene. He has shared stages with acts like the Arkells and Marina's Trench, won multiple Music NL awards, and is the co-owner of Hurricane Music. Matt Dines, welcome to the Hulk Caesar Show.
Hey, thanks for having me. It's so nice to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us. As the co-owner of Hurricane Music, you handle everything from artist management to music production. What led you to build a company that wears so many different hats behind the scenes?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not just me. It's my buddy Dave Shears, and he looks after a lot of the roster on the management side. And, Hurricane Music started as a way for us to funnel what we're doing, whatever that is, whether it's, back in the day, maybe we were putting off a show, or if I was recording out of my house or something like that, we were calling it Hurricane Music. But when we decided to put everything together, turned out we were into a lot of different things. So it all just kind of had to, funnel underneath that as we've grown over the last few years. And, now I spend most of my time in the studio and, a little bit of artist management or grant writing or, other things like that. But it's what I want to do with my life, and I'm just so blessed to do it. So
When did you guys kind of officially come together as Hurricane Music?
So it was like early 2023, and Dave had just kind of changed careers, and I had kind of like settled into a day job, which had nothing to do with music. I was working in marketing with a local charity, and we were just doing a few things on the side. So it was early 2023, and as we, started to meet some artists that we wanted to work with, things blossomed, and a grant turned into a project, turned into a client, turns into tours and export opportunities and all the other things.
It's amazing how it grows like that, eh?
It's good work makes good work, I guess. So,
Amazing.
Blessed that way. Yeah.
And you've launched the brand new Hurricane Music Studio this year over at TD Place.
Yeah.
What does having the new dedicated space mean to the local roster and the projects that you're spinning up?
Well, I mean, it's a comfortable spot to work. So, I was working out of my house for a while. Zealya, you've recorded back at the old Shedio, and as much as we had good intentions and good equipment and good people, you can only do so much in a space that really should be holding a lawnmower or maybe like a party on a Saturday night. So, after a while, we were looking for a spot for a while. And there were projects that were ongoing that could pay for such things. And we just stumbled upon the studio space. And I didn't know when I signed the lease, but it's been a studio before, for a long time, actually.
Do you know what was there before?
Well, there was a few different companies that were working out of there, but like Great Big Sea recorded Turn in the space.
Oh, wow.
Which is kind of crazy. And
That's really cool.
yeah, so I've had some of the members of some of the bands that have recorded there come through and reach out and be like, hey, like I heard this is a studio again. And some of the engineers that work there as well come through for, recordings or for just rehearsals and other things that they're involved in. So it's been really cool to get all those stories, and I still haven't seen a picture though. Apparently there was
There got to be one there somewhere.
somebody out there in
Somebody has a
podcast
photo.
world has a photo or maybe a video, hopefully. But I've reached out a few times and I haven't been able to get one. But back in the 90s, people didn't have cameras the same way that
they definitely
do
didn't.
today.
And you had to send them away, and then you get them, and they're all dark and blurry, and you throw them all away. And,
Finger over most of them.
yeah. I got a box of them in my closet. We can go through them later if everybody wants to.
Yeah, I'll skip that one.
You are currently managing Hannah Green, a fantastic alt folk artist from right here in Newfoundland, who is now making waves up in Toronto. What are the unique challenges and opportunities when it comes to managing and exporting our local artists to major national markets?
Oh, wow. Heavy question. Yeah. Well, Hannah's great. She's doing a lot of things for herself, which makes it easy to work with. She's got a lot of shows that she helps book. And, so we kind of work in parallel ways. I've worked as the producer, but also the manager, like you say, and, maybe just working on grants or working on export opportunities or just checking in together. And, it's kind of like working on a project remotely. It doesn't really matter if you're in the same city or if you're in Toronto and St. John's. So a lot of it's Google Drives and text messages and calls that, maybe start as like 15 minutes and they end up as being like 40 minutes because you realize you have a lot of things that you need to check in on. But I guess the second half is what is the challenges of exporting? I mean, money and time and distances are all troubles.
Yeah.
But there's pros as well. Like there's really great audiences that, we can access, whether it's in the UK or, in the States, if people are going there or beyond. There's lots of artists from Newfoundland that have played in Australia or all across Europe. And
Do you think we have like a good reputation around the world as people known for our music?
I think so. Yeah. And, it's also interesting to go somewhere and be the unique the world musician or somebody from another place, right?
Yeah.
You know, and they kind of said, well, if somebody from the UK came to St. John's, wouldn't you think that's a little bit different or something? You know, wouldn't you go and pay attention to that? And I'm like, okay, fair enough. And
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, so I think we do get a lot of that. Sometimes people are like, oh, Hannah's great. And then I'm like, yeah, and she lives in Toronto. And they're like, oh, that makes it easier, which is kind of a thing. Just if you're connecting with some of the musicians that are on the ground or some of the industry, you're just kind of like seeing more often. But I think the thing is also, if you're not based in Toronto, is just to like keep reaching out, maybe trying to cultivate those relationships with the industry that you do know or other bands that you do know, and just kind of making sure people are aware of you, that you're staying on people's minds, or that you're going to conferences that people are going to, or those types of things. So you have to be seen other ways. I mean, and of course, it's not always easy. If you move to a place like Montreal or Toronto or Vancouver, you have higher rent and you still have to work, and it takes 2 hours to get places. So like every day
I lived in Vancouver a long time, and yes, that's true. It takes a long time to get anywhere.
Yeah, totally. Right. So, you know, there's other challenges that you experience that when you go to those places, like you get off the airplane and it takes you like 2 hours to get to wherever you're going. And, you know, that kind of eats into your time that you can work on your music. So anyway, that's probably the top of a very long list of things I could say about that.
For sure.
And with your deep experience with music consulting as a grant writer, what do you think is the biggest asset local Newfoundland musicians have right now in trying to break through globally?
That's a very good question. I think musicians from here have a lot of talent. I mean, Zealya is a great example. I mean, you're just glowing with great songs and you can kill it live and you play them well. So, you know, it's not often hard to find really talented people. And when I travel, I see that, you know, people of, you know, equal talent are at these opportunities at international levels. And I think Newfoundlanders can fit right in there. Like, you know, Hannah went to the UK for the first time this spring, and she fit right in with the level of talent that was showcasing at the events that she was attending. So I think that's our biggest asset, is that there's something in the water, as you might say. There's lots of talent. Also a challenge because everybody's a musician. Everybody kind of does something here.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's kind of the thing that helps us and the thing that hurts us locally. Sometimes there's more musicians than audience members,
Yeah, definitely.
which happens a lot. But also those shows are fun. So.
I find that, like I said, I lived in Vancouver for quite a while, and I had a lot of friends who were musicians in Vancouver, and I found the scene was bigger, obviously, because it's a much bigger city, but I didn't feel like I knew as many people who were musicians. But in St. John's, I feel like every second person I meet is doing some sort of music.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, it's super common. And even oftentimes they don't have a history of music in their family, something that people pick up on their own or just learned over COVID, whatever the story is, right?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Is that the case for you? Yeah. Okay.
You learned over COVID? Oh my God. Wow.
Amazing. I learned over COVID, and I'm still learning. All right, tremendous. Let's take a quick break. From one of our first ever video episodes, it's Jordan Young covering Ellie Corbett's tune "Something to Gain" live on the Hulk Caesar Show.
Something to Gain by Allie Corbett. You can't take it from me if I'm giving it away. Biding my time until I have something to gain. I can't separate it from the ordinary pain. Biding my time until I have something to gain. You think there's a secret, but there's no key. You walk on in, pretend you're me. It's such an improvement on who you were. I just can't see you keeping it up forever. Oh, you can't take it from me if I'm giving it away. Biding my time until I have something to gain. Oh, can't separate it from the ordinary pain. Biding my time till I have something to gain. Now go ahead, avert your eyes, and I'll try to act surprised. Oh, when the tides do finally turn and drown the lessons that we have learned. Ah, you can't take it from me if I'm giving it away. Biding my time until I have something to gain. Can't separate it from the ordinary pain. Biding my time until I have something to gain.
We are back on the Hulk Caesar Show. We're joined by music producer and industry professional Matt Dines.
Hey.
Matt, you have a massive background in live performance, including a run with pop rock band Rocket Ship and even playing original music with the Newfoundland Symphony Orchestra. How does being a seasoned performer yourself change the way you produce records for other artists in the studio?
Oh, yeah, I did do all those things. It kind of, well, I mean, it's cool because a lot of times I have to play on what I'm recording. So, like there's a new song by Faith O'Coin and Liz Fagan that's coming out. And I played, I think, almost most of the instruments except for just the drums. We had Nick Coltis come in and do the drums.
Oh, wow.
Amazing. We got Liz coming on the show in a couple weeks to play for us.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe they'll play that song. I'm not sure. Yeah. But yeah, it's Faith O'Coin's debut song. Anyway, shout out to Faith. So yeah, I guess it kind of changes the approach because I kind of come at it like a musician, I think, because, you know, I like to think about how the song is composed and, you know, I can rely on my songwriting background or, I mean, a lot of the music is guitar stuff. Let's be honest. Like if somebody's a piano player and they come to me, I kind of just let them do their own thing. So yeah, a lot of the stuff is guitar stuff. So I'm a guitarist and I do the bass or like baritone guitar and like anything with frets kind of.
When did you first start playing guitar yourself?
When I was in grade 7.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
what was kind of the songs that got you wanted to play guitar?
It was in like our music class. So I think it was a lot of the cheesy stuff that we were doing, like Sweet Caroline and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It didn't really get me into it, but that's like what's accessible to you.
Yeah.
Here's an A chord and this
Yeah.
is in that song. There's 3 chords or whatever. So yeah, I started playing guitar in grade 7, and then I think I got a guitar for Christmas that year. So within like 3 months, my parents were like, "Here, do this."
Nice.
What was your first band?
My first band, I think we had to do one project for music in like grade 9. So there was like a band that we had to do for that. It's like 3 of us from Portugal Cove, and it was just to do one song for one type of thing. So
Do you remember what song it was?
it was something we had to write, and I couldn't even, if you paid me $1 million, I couldn't come up with that.
That's another video clip we're looking for, folks. If anyone has
if
video of
anybody
that.
has that, please send it in.
There's probably video of me doing Hotel California at like a Christmas concert in grade 9.
Amazing.
So
Somewhere there's video of me being Aladdin in the musical Aladdin in like grade
no way.
10.
We also need that. If anybody has that, please send it in.
yeah, send submissions.
Yeah.
And Matt, from winning Music NL Producer of the Year to your recent 2026 ECMA Recording Engineer of the Year nominations, you've worked with an incredible client list, including Hulk Caesar Show All-Stars, Colleen Power, and with Violet. Now, when a new artist sits on your studio couch, how do you pull out their signature sound?
Well, usually there's like a reference track. A lot of the times it's kind of challenging because they might come to you with just an acoustic guitar and then you have to build the rest of the things, right? And we're kind of like, what does this even sound like in the artist's head? You know, is it an orchestra or is it like rock guitars or like, you know,
Is there a lot of chatting?
they don't
Do you
know
find
yet.
to kind of get
Oh
this
yeah,
stuff,
we
or?
sit down and, you know, go around the coffee table and we'll talk about, you know, what they are inspired by, but also what they want to sound like. So that's kind of balancing the two. Which informs a lot of decisions, like some of the processing that you use or like the tone you want to create with the recording and the instruments that go into it. And maybe you have to change lyrics because if somebody is too proper and it's more of a casual song, you might have to drop a G, like an ing for an in type of thing.
Yeah.
And so you just have to kind of build up the things that add up to that sound, right? If it's more of like a blues rock thing, it might just be like, guitar, bass, and drums and vocals, or like a harmonica or something like that. But if it's a pop thing, you can kind of go wild and add synths and strings and double the vocals and excuse me, first time around a mic. With other things you can kind of add as much as you want. Sometimes it's a band and they're done, but if it's a solo artist, it's a little bit more challenging. You kind of have to experiment and go hot or cold, and sometimes you do something and you take it out and you re-record it and whatever. Sometimes you do the vocals twice, and you figure it out.
We had Jake Nickel on the show last year, and he had a song, Chasing the Demo, and he was talking about how he'll have people come into him and they'll have the demo, and then he'll spend 6 months with them, like building it up and building a big song, and then at the end they'll be like, can we make it sound a bit more like the demo? I like that.
Demoitis. It happens. Because also when you demo something, you listen to it a million times.
Of course, right? And it's the first thing, it's the first version of it that you put in there, right? It's what it's to you, it's the version, right?
That's totally it. Yeah, absolutely.
It's funny.
It is a thing, though. It's real. I can vouch for that.
Your academic background is in business administration, and you have run marketing campaigns across completely different industries, from construction to nonprofit sectors. How much of modern music success relies on that raw business and marketing strategy versus the creative side?
I think the long-term success relies on maybe more of the business things, and that's why people put in a team as they kind of get more serious about it. But to write a song, get a gig, record your music, you probably just need talent. I mean, that's the great spot to start, is just being good at what you do, right? So,
For
sure. I think then long-term sustaining and kind of keeping things organized and maybe actually getting paid, or even just staying with it sometimes is like, 3 to 5 years into an artist's career, sometimes it can be like, yeah, but my friends are getting married and I'm going on tour. Why don't I have Where the Grass is Greener?
Yeah.
And so forth, right? So that's kind of the thing that happens is if you're really committed to it, you kind of have to figure out how marketing works, or you have to figure out how finances work and all of these different things. So I would say it's definitely a mixture of both. Yeah.
You used to always hear about how bands would get involved with record companies and to give them like a huge loan to make the album, and then you'd spend the rest of your life, pretty much your album sales would be going to pay off that loan. Is that industry still exist in a lot of ways, or?
No, they're not just like handing out record deals to anybody these days, I wouldn't say. You can definitely find that, like that does still exist, where I guess there would be an advance and then people have to recoup that back. And I think like what you're saying is like, back in those deals, the 360 deals, they would recoup on, the merch sales, the album sales, kind of like take the whole artist's revenue. And then it would kind of come out of the artist's share of that.
Yeah. Kind of predatory in a lot of ways, because they had all the power.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly.
Now, I guess you got more, the flip side of it is there's more of everything out there, but you got more opportunity now as an independent artist to be heard than you would have, say, 30, 40 years ago, when you had to hope you could get a radio to play your song or something, I guess.
Yeah, there's less gatekeeping between the artist and the audience. Yeah, that's for sure. So, you can go on social media or TikTok and you can, be persistent, and again, maybe where the business skills come in of like, what works for my content, or what is my audience, and kind of narrowing that down. Mm-hmm. That'll save a lot of trial and error. But yeah, you can self-distribute, and I think a lot of the most successful artists these days are independent in some way. Yeah. Whether they have a record label or not, oftentimes those record labels are small anyways, right?
They work for them more than the record label works for the artist, more than the artist works for the record label.
It's a passion project for the record label. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So, ideally for those record labels that are like small and boutique, they make enough back to reinvest into the next album. Yeah. And, oftentimes maybe they don't, it's still relying on grants to sustain and do that. Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely a mixed bag for artists these days. You can do it yourself, or you can give away your share to somebody else, and hopefully that comes back to you. Yeah.
Looking at the landscape for the rest of this year, what's next on the radar for Hurricane Music?
There's new music coming out from Hannah Green.
Exciting.
She's putting out a new single this I think it's the end of July.
Nice.
That she's been kind of teasing on her socials. Came from a song camp in PEI, so that's super fun.
Cool.
I know there's new music from With Violet, the With Friends EP, and new music from Kitchen Party. They've been releasing singles pretty consistently. Baraka has a new project in the works. I don't want to say too much. I guess,
amazing.
But, there's lots of songs in the bag, and lots of stuff from the studio too, right? Like the people are just kind of working with me as a producer. Like I said, Faith O'Coin's new project. Tyler Humby has new music coming out. Paul Marr, Ryan Kelly. There's lots.
Yeah, we had
of
Ryan on the
stuff
show
coming
before Christmas. He's amazing.
out. So talented. Yeah, absolutely. So there's lots. Just stay tuned to the socials, and yeah, you'll see the new songs coming out.
Awesome. Well, Matt, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me here.
Our music guest this week is a spectacular singer-songwriter from Conception Bay South whose career exploded after winning the 2023 Newfoundland Talent Contest. She effortlessly blends rock, folk, and blues, and she's been working hard on her highly anticipated debut EP. Zealya, welcome to the Hulk Caesar Show.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Can you tell us a little bit about the song that you started the show with?
Okay, so that song was, I think it was like, I released it last year. Last year? Yes, it's 2026.
What's it called?
It's called Venus Flytrap. Released it Valentine's Day last year. Recorded it with Matt. Yeah, no, it's I don't know, for me it was kind of a song about like, going back to somebody that you know is bad for you. But anyways, yeah.
That's a really cool sound. The guitar is amazing.
Thank you very much.
Very
so
nice.
Cool.
What are you going to play for us next?
I'm going to play you a tune called You All Over Again. About the same guy.
This guy's getting all kinds of play.
Lots of material.
It's obvious you were lying through your teeth. Try and get a kick out of me. You don't know how many faces I picked out of that crowd that I thought might be you, but I'd never say it aloud, only silently. But every song I heard, every whispered word, is you all over again. Every song I heard, every whispered word, is you all over again. So don't give me a false apologies. You're not worth the time of day to me. And maybe it's best to get it off of my chest, but loving you would have never been a success, so I try and leave. But every song I hear, every whisper in my ear, is you all over again. Every song I hear, every whisper in my ear, brings you to now from then. So I got you right out of my life, with a word sharper than a blacksmith's knife. Oh, maybe I'll just leave you at home to face all your struggles and to bear them alone, not make them my own. But every lyric read, every word that is said, is you all over again. Every lyric read, all the words in my head are saying what I meant. You shallow-minded son of I wish I had been informed. For wasting a year on the thought of you I mourned. The way I had perceived you to be, the way you had deceived me to see. You shallow son of I wish I had been informed. For wasting a year on the thought of you I mourned. The way I had perceived you to be, the way you had deceived me to see. Ooh, 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 ooh,
So good.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
It's insane.
Maybe it's because I grew up in the 90s full of angst, but I love angst.
Wow.
Zealya, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Now, that was your single Venus Flytrap that dropped last year, and it really showed off your incredible genre-bending style. What inspired that specific track?
I don't know. I've just always been so into like music from the 60s and the 70s, and once I discovered what blues was, like, you know, there's a name put to like a sound, because I grew up watching, like, Wall-E was my favorite movie, and there's like a lot of jazz and like blues in that. Yeah. And I could just remember locking onto it as a kid, and then I found it like later on in life. I was like, that's what I've been looking for. So yeah, I don't know, it's kind of like blues rock, which I feel is kind of cool, and I don't hear many people doing much of these days, so I think that's kind of what inspired it to be like that.
Now, both those early singles are building up to this new record. What can fans expect from the remaining unreleased tracks for the EP?
Okay. What can they expect? Different stuff. It doesn't sound like Venus Flytrap, like what I'm going to record. I don't know. I'm just like, I listen to a lot of genres. I don't stick myself in a box, you know?
Who's kind of inspiring you right now?
What?
Who's kind of inspiring you right now?
Ooh, who's inspiring me? Yeah, I don't really know who's inspiring me right now. Like, the people who have been inspiring me for a long time are like Stevie Nicks, Janis Joplin, Rolling Stones, Beatles, Led Zeppelin's big one.
Is that what your parents listened to growing up? That kind of music?
Yeah. And I actually like hated all that kind of music.
You always gotta hate your parents' music.
Up until like I like discovered it on my own, and I was like, oh yeah, no, I grew up listening to this, but yeah, but yeah. So those are like my big inspirations, but yeah.
What kind of music do you listen to in high school? That kind of stuff?
Yeah, that kind of stuff. I'm actually leaning more into like listening to pop now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I go through phases, but yeah, no, I'm like really into like Sabrina Carpenter right now.
She's awesome.
Which is like so. I feel like it's so unlike me, but I just really got into her music.
It's good to have a vast musical experience. You shouldn't box yourself in when it comes to listening to music.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I don't know. I think I pull from a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I love it. Looking slightly down the road, you have plans to attend CNA's Applied Music Program in the fall 2026. What specific areas of your craft and career are you most excited to sharpen when you step into that program?
Probably like the songwriting. Also like improving like my live performance and stage presence. And
how long is the program?
The program's 2 years.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, well, we have time for one more song live here at Caesar's Palace, high above the mighty Kitty Vitty Lake. Zealya, what's it going to be?
This song is the first love song I ever wrote. It's called Curiosity. Orange pastels, kiss and don't tells belong to you. Champagne on ice, everything nice. Cut your hair out of the blue. I've thought of you that way for longer than I've led you to believe. I'm sorry I cannot stay any longer, or you'll get before curiosity gets the best of me. I'm a woman of my word. From the stories I've heard, you know that it's true. But wouldn't it be nice to see for only one night what we could be and what we could do? 'Cause I've thought of you that way for longer than I've led you to believe. I'm sorry I cannot stay any longer, or you'll get the best of me before curiosity gets the best of me. And isn't it a crime to lie and say that I've been blind to you? I know you don't seem to mind, but you deserve so much better than what you pursue. You do.
Unreal. You have like the best female voice I think I've ever heard.
Oh, thank you.
And like, I'm not saying that because I think that's a big deal that I'm saying it, but I'm just being
Newfoundland
genuine.
songbird.
I'm being so genuine. You have such a, and like the control in your voice too is incredible.
Thank you.
Completely amazing.
Zealya, where can people find you and follow you and your upcoming EP release online?
You can find me at Zealya's Music on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and whatever else.
Perfect.
I'm Zealya on Spotify and Apple Tunes and wherever you listen to your music. But yeah, I post shows. I post my gigs that are coming up regularly.
Any shows coming up?
Any shows coming up? Yes. I have a songwriter circle at Loose Tie on the 25th. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Amazing.
With Baraka. Yeah. Baraka's going to be there.
Oh,
Yeah.
wicked. He's awesome
Yeah.
too.
I'm excited.
Love.
All right, thanks so much for joining us.
All right.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
It's now time to play everyone's favorite game of questions, Hulk's half sentences. Here's how it works. I will start a sentence and we'll all take turns quickly finishing it. Here we go. What's one piece of music gear I own that I will never sell? It is...
Microphone.
A microphone? What kind of microphone?
Don't ask me that question.
All right, Matt.
My Firebird. I'm never going to sell that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
My grandmother's accordion.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you play it?
I can play. She taught me how to play.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she gave me one of her. I think it's is it Horner or Honer? Honor. See, I don't know how to pronounce it.
In your
But
Honor days,
in my
that around the
Honor,
bay.
play me Honor. I can play Muscles in the Corner. That's
Amazing.
yeah.
Excellent. I got a whole Yamaha guitar. I bought it like Tom Lee in Vancouver like 20 years ago, and I put my Warriors sticker from the Xbox Warriors game on it. It's still on there, so it reminds me of many time ago.
That's very punk rock.
How about the first album I ever bought with my own money was?
Switchfoot, Nothing Is Sound.
Ooh.
There you go.
I guess you didn't really buy
I'm too
albums as
young
much.
to
You didn't
answer
really,
this
you didn't really,
That album is older
buy
than you.
albums.
Not including yard sales because we were hard yard sailors back in the day. My first CD that I bought with my own money, it was $9.99. It came to $11.50. Was Eminem's Curtain Call.
I have an answer. A Dean Martin record. I found it at a thrift store. It was like $2.
Nice. There we go.
Nice.
That's good.
I was hooked on Weird Al when I was a kid, so I was probably Weird Al in 3D is probably the first one I bought with my own money, maybe a little bit of Lemonade money or something.
Nice.
Love it.
Nice.
Let's see. The movie I can watch over and over again with ever getting sick of it is Emily.
I'm going to say Coraline just because I've watched it 1,000 times already with Jay and my stepkids. And I really like it too because I read the book when I was a child. That and I drive everybody crazy with the movie Soul by Pixar.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe Star Wars. Yeah, that's probably getting.
What's your favorite? The first one, or
I like the older ones, like 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw Empire Strikes Back in theater.
No way. Which theater was it?
It was the Avalon Mall Theater.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah. And then my aunt lived at the Freshwater Apartments, which was kind of classy back then. And it had like a big kind of like octagon window at the hallway at the end of her thing that looked like the window of the Death Star window. So after I saw Return of the Jedi, I used to go over there and play in her window all the time.
Oh, wild.
Love it.
What was the question? The movie we watched without getting sick of?
I'm gonna say Little Women.
Oh,
The one with like Timothée Chalamet and Florence Pugh and
Yeah.
the newest one, like the adaptation. I have a sister. We're really close, so like that movie means a lot to us.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's a good answer.
Awesome. I'm hooked on Oppenheimer now. I watch Oppenheimer again and again and again. And the scene where they're all stomping their feet when he's giving the speech like 3/4 through, I have to fast forward through that because it could be like crazy anxiety, but I keep watching the movie. Who knows why I do this to myself? How about here's the last one. The one legendary artist or band from the past that I wish I could have seen live is
Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac, yeah. What era? You got a favorite Fleetwood Mac kind of album or?
I don't know if I have a favorite album, but my favorite song by them is Sarah.
Yeah. Nice.
That's a good song.
Matt?
Tom Petty.
Tom Petty. Oh boy, what I wouldn't have given to seen Tom Petty do Wildflowers, the whole album.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like, and
It's
I
a
think he
tough one.
played here too, and I would like just didn't
Yeah.
know because I was too young at the time. And like,
You're like, he'll still be playing for years.
yeah, like look at the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
Everybody will be around forever.
They're all like held up by marionettes now, I think.
Yeah.
I wish I could have got to see Chris Cornell, whether that was like him by himself or like Temple of the Dog, Soundgarden, literally anything would have.
I got to see Soundgarden like a year before he died.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It was the first celebrity musician that I cried over.
That was a rough one. Well, you know, all those grunge people, like all my heroes died when I was a teenager, you know, like Cobain, and then Alice Chains bit it, and Sublime bit it, and Hunter S. Thompson killed himself. Like all my heroes died young, but Cornell seemed like the one that kind of like got through it all, and that was a tough one for sure.
Yeah.
What was the question here? Legendary band. I would like to see the band Soul Coughing. I don't know if you know that band. They were kind of like Mike Doty was their lead singer, and he's got kind of a solo career now. But they had a really bad breakup in the '90s. They got back together a couple years ago for a few shows. But I would like to see them.
Nice.
All right. Well, fantastic. That's about all the time we have for this evening. Matt and Zealya, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll
Awesome.
for having us.
We'll get you to sign the flyer after, and we'll put it on the wall over there. And there's your guest gifts. What you got there? You got the version episode or. Volume 3 of our zine, which is scenes from my 1996 high school agenda. That one includes the day I went to the Avalon Mall in 1995 and told people I worked for the Telegram and took pictures of them working. That's great. And as we talked about earlier, I actually developed those pictures and then I put them in my agenda, and now you have copies of them.
And they looked for them every week in the Telegram.
Yeah, and they never showed up because spoiler, I didn't work for the Telegram. I was in fact 16.
So if someone took your photo and told you were going to be in the Telegram.
Art of lying.
And there's a little QR code in the middle there. You can scan. It'll take you to a web app of songs Emily's played on her show. Oh, and then the other thing you have there is a collection of our limited edition trading cards from the With Violet album release show a few weeks ago.
Wow.
There's 9 cards in there plus a sticker. I only have one With Violet sticker, so one of you ended up with a special sticker
It's a surprise
from
pack.
our original pack of cards from a couple years ago. So
Wow.
So there you go. There you have it.
That's so crazy. That's amazing.
Very cool.
Thanks so much.
Thanks so much, guys.
Thanks for coming on the
really
show.
fun to be here. Yeah.
All right, well, we're taking next week off, but who knows? We'll probably do something. We're not very good at taking the week off, but next week, officially, we're taking the week off. Until then, for Matt, Zealya, Emily, and myself, I'm the Hulkster. Thanks for watching The Hulk Caesar Show.